trying to find a place where I can set this light to where it's not so much in the eyes. Just a moment, I got reflexes. Excuse me. Well, I wasn't as far as I'd hoped over. But I am still whipped. I'm still tired. I'm all tired up from the waist down. Which means no love life for me tonight. Hi, Chella. Right before the live, the Chella was getting me. Yeah, she was getting me. You can see how absolutely massive she is. And she's still just a baby. But her and her brother got the big gene. And we have a kitty. So yes, here's the lovely Richella. And let me get my chat up. Everything will be kind of extra slow today because, let me be honest, I feel extra slow. In fact, I don't even have the right hand. Okay, it's next to the light. Like I said, I'm on half speed now. I did watch a few minutes of Richlife's live, but I'm busy living my own life. But he actually said something that actually interested me into looking into it. Hello, Let It Go. What you hear, Let It Go, is the fan. I normally, for the lives, turn that fan off, but my legs hurt so bad, I would have to move to do that. So today, I thought, when I was looking at, I got all the books here, and everything piled on. I'm like, well, I need to move that out of the way and turn off the fan. But I would have to move my legs. Hello, Nomad. And right now, Aaliyah, it's not going to happen. Well, actually, this is only my third live on this channel. The first I hid for personal reasons, and that one today was actually only the second. You're going to get them fairly regularly because with the projects I here, I've been too busy to do content. Honestly. It's spring, getting the property ready, getting things together for gardens and, to grow some of my own food. I mean, it's been busy as shit. But I knew that once that I did my big walk and paid my taxes, I would have about 2 days that my ass is just going to be on this bed. Well, I'll do my chores, but now, like I say, my legs hurt so bad right now, that made me sick to my stomach just moving that one. Hey, Rick. Well, Monica, he's being false struck. And he's got 2 strikes on it, and, I didn't think about it, but for those that don't have a D-Live account, Richlife is saying he's not coming back to YouTube, folks. Because he just keeps getting struck. And he had a falling out with RSN. And he, apparently, like RSN trying to say I'm gay, he'll say anything to try to incite you. Well, apparently he was trying to say Richlife is a cross-dresser. And to me, RSN is a creator that's completely gone over the line. I don't watch any of his content. I don't subscribe to him. He's nothing. And they'll eventually terminate him soon enough because he's on fucking drugs. And he's a fuck-up. So they'll get rid of him eventually. So I don't worry about that. But now he's down to slandering Richlife. One reason why I took a pause from Richlife content is I was just showing everyone that, I'm not the problem. And that's obviously been proved. And it does show me that, RSN's a problem. He can't play well with anyone. And he'll accuse anyone to try to create drama. That's what I mean. Whatever. You just do you. Now, Rich Life does has his docs. Yep. And I bet that Rich Life will be more than happy to hand that out. Even to someone like me. Yep. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, where, you know, I'm secure in my person. You know, anybody that comes down that road, there'll be a lot of them, and they better be well armed. And they better have an extraordinary plan. Now, you know, Rich Life has a plan always, which is, I'll all you up. And, you know, and CJ has a plan of, you know, he'll mash his face against someone else's fist and until they get tired. But no, he doesn't play well with others. And that's why, you know, you guys are here for entertainment. So, you know, you can go be entertained and laugh at the funny monkeys. You know, my thing always, you know, was if life gives you clowns, make a circus. Because everyone's just going to laugh at it anyway. And that's all that RSN now at this point is. He is a clown with a man bun. Hello, Jesse. Well, I was trying to wait until Rich actually went off of D Live to come live. Now, I'm tired enough that about midnight, I'm going back to bed. I took a short nap here, and I ate me a big Subway sandwich, and my belly's pretty full, and I got this much of my Coke left. Now, I had a strange thing happen. I managed to get a ride home for the last 10 miles, and I didn't get to stop at the store that I was going to and stock up on food and drink. So I'm stocked up on, you know, I got some more Subway and some fast food, but unfortunately I'm going to be down to drinking rainwater and making tea. Now, unfortunately for me, we didn't get the promised rain, so I'm on a water ration. So once the rain happens, I get to do some more work around here. But until then, you know, it's kind of sit back time. The day after tomorrow, we're supposed to have a 70% chance of rain. But, you know, I'm like down to my last 15 gallons in the bucket. So everything's saved for animals and dishes and washing myself off. I thought about buying another 2-liter at the last stop. But I thought, no, I don't want that weight in the pack. And now I'm wishing I did. Because if I want any more pop, I'm walking 7 miles for it tomorrow. But in reality, I'll just make some tea. And then the day after tomorrow, well, no, the day after tomorrow it's supposed to rain. I don't know. I may tomorrow evening go take a walk to the store. Depends on how my legs feel. Hello, Jesus. I'm stretching that leg out. Ooh. I've not looked at any of the radar. The only thing that I've been paying attention to is me getting to pay my taxes. And I had a wonderful thing happen. They charged me no fees. So I don't know if it's a COVID thing or if it's a you're on disability thing. But either way, I'm very grateful. Because I was expecting to have to pay double. So I actually have a little more money than I thought I would. So I'm going to take that to the store and stock up on extras. Well, you know, people generally and many times get what they're coming to them. And he just wants dramas for views. And I noticed about 6 or 7 months ago that he started doing again. You know, I made my bread selling drugs most of my life. You know, I know what strung out people look like. You know, just saying. You know, I've done the dark side of the force thing most of my life. You know, when I have to deal with my neighbors, most of them are on drugs. Now, my one neighbor that's a farmer that isn't on drugs, you know, you don't see him drive around without a beer in between his legs. Now, it will astound some of you here, but in reality, drinking and driving in this area is still fairly socially acceptable, even though it should not be. And some of it comes from, you know, the prohibition of the area. Now, Rockcastle County, you cannot buy alcohol at all, in any way. Now, in the county I'm in, you can only buy alcohol in Somerset. My local stores, you cannot buy a beer. No form of alcohol sold at all outside of Somerset limits. Yep, I mean, that's a culture shock for a lot of people when they come down here. Oh yeah, Rick, you know, but you know, and I've got, you know, I had saved, because, you know, with compound interest, I was expecting to pay 175% of the principal. Excuse me. So I was expecting to basically pay double on my taxes. So I basically have my taxes in my wallet still. You know, what I originally saved for them, which, like I say, it'll help me out, and I'll stock up on some extra stuff here. Now, in reality, the walk to Somerset and back is like me doing my food walk 4 times at the same time. And from my past history, I seem to be able to do about 30 some miles, and then my legs just really want to give out. Oh, little kitty. She's on that calf right there, and that calf hurts, and she says, I don't mind. Actually, Layla, it's just a cute place around here. Now, the significance to the Boyd, oh shit, I forgot. I'm using the device that I filmed with, but now today you may see a new program, or not program. You'll have to bear with me, everyone, because of all the walking and how tired I am. You know, I'm going to make some verbal flubs. But I shot a promo for Coachisms today. You know how he has his little commercials? I shot one on the way at Bent Creek. And I sent it to him, and I said it's yours to use, however. And if he uses it, fine. If he don't, fine. But, you know, I'm for promoting other creators and being helpful. And so, you know how Coach has his little commercials doing wrestling? I shot a 30-second commercial. And it's supposed to be humorous, and Coach thought it was funny. So, you know, at some time or another, I hope it'll end up in the Boyd commercial rotation. Drachella, honey. I mean, you keep sinking to the bottom, honey. You keep sinking to the bottom, man. My cat. You get my cat. You my cat. My cat says, hey, I'm chilling out. Look at me. I says, I'm chilling out. It's okay, honey. That's one of the tricks that I teach my cats to do, is I'll support their back and then teach them to get long. You know how cats can stretch out? One of my tricks I teach, now all of them don't do this, only certain ones do, but the ones that have been trained to do it, I can hold them and they'll literally stretch out in my hands, and then I'll stretch my hands out and support their back, and it's a funny, cute thing. Hi, baby. Moving that ankle. Oh, wow. This is the ankle that I broke badly once. It's special. Especially after you walked all that way. Now, I did get an idea. I'm going to start after these walks soaking my feet in hot water. I don't have the water to do right now since I am on a limited ration. But I had put my foot near the heater, and the heat from the heater was making my feet feel so much better. So I'm going to start doing what my elders used to in soaking their feet. Hello, Dina. Yes, he does suck. And obviously, he's on drugs and he's out of control. And he'll use this and whatever, and I don't care, and try to incite me into making drama, but, this is it. Many of us have our issues with Richlife. And you can joke him, you can shade him, but, the fact is, at this point, all RSN does is slander, and then wants you to make up to him. Well, I know, Dina. I mean, I keep trying to type hell in chat. In other places, and my phone does not like the word hell. It will get so fucking creative, I never know on input what my sentence is going to say. In reality, I'm getting kind of sick of these machines, to be honest. Now, I've never taunted Rich with this, but, when I was a kid, I went to Myrtle Beach every year. I ain't been there since I've been young, but, I do kind of generally know my way around, let's put it that way. I'm not up on the modernity of it all, but I'm sure they haven't moved the beach in all of this time. That's always why I wonder is, what does Rich do there? I went swimming, but Rich doesn't swim. Now, honestly, if I was a 53-year-old man, I think at some point I'd learn to swim. Just saying. In reality, I'm a pretty good swimmer. Yep, I am a pretty good swimmer. And I am a pretty good horse rider. Even though I ain't rode one in forever. You have to bear on with me a minute. That leg is cramping. And it's kind of hard to think. That's why this live isn't going to be as long as I wanted to. And I originally intended on it being a humor live. But this calf right here is cramping so bad, it definitely breaks the funny bone. The wonderful thing about the hurting is it feels so good when it stops. But I'll have that on and on all night. And then tomorrow, for the first 3 hours when I get up, I won't be able to stand. Then I'll get up like a deer, and then I'll go feed the cats and water them. I joke at, dumbass morons like Catfish Callisto or Calypso or whatever the hell she wants to call herself. When I get up, the first thing I do is I give the animals food and water, or I'm not walking around the house. I mean, that's just how it is. And tomorrow, I will do that the first thing, and when I get them water, I'll get me a glass of water out of the rainwater, and then I'll come back here, and then I won't move for another time. And then I'll go heat up my other Subway sandwich around lunchtime, and I'll eat half of it, and then I'll save the other half for dinner. And then the day after that, I'll get back to the grindstone on the farm. Well, I'm pretty, I took care of my mother. I can do a nurse job. Oh, God. Now, this toe that I broke, this little one right here, oh God, I mean, that's the worst. I mean, that's the worst thing that I have that I need taken care of. And I wasn't going to do it for this trip, but in the morning, I taped those two toes together, and for the next 4 to 6 weeks, those two toes will stay taped together. And then that break will heal right. And then that hurt will go away. And Richella's right back in my lap, because that's just the way she rolls. Mwah. It's making me sleepy looking at her. I love you, Chella. But yeah, RSN seems to have a serious problem. Now, I wanted to go back and watch what Rich Life was talking about. Get my own perceptions of it. But RSN has hid all of his lives for the last days. He did that when he was slandering me too, and he knew he was slandering me. Now, the fact of the matter is, if Rich has the URLs, those are still strikeable. That's why now, if I see any video that, I question about, the first thing I do is I get its URL. I've gotten out where I'm doing that with everyone. I've got a big list of, screenshots on the other phone of them. Because, with certain people, I'm not playing anymore. Yep. And another thing, like, let's give an example. RSN and the MFW crowd. They just want to hate. They'll make up anything. And this is, if you have a legitimate criticism and you can lay out why I'm critical of something or why you're critical of something, that's fair debate. That's content. But just calling people names and making shit up, it's not. And I've been hearing a lot of interesting things about some of these other drama cows. And we're going to start popping them. One by one, like the big balloons they are. I'm waiting on a few receipts about Shannon and a few others. And I'm not mentioning it right here because, once again, like I say, I'm waiting to actually see what receipts of what I have been told. But if the receipts come of what I've been told, my, she will look awful the grifter, which she is. Well, I don't know if you're the real stream guru or not, but you don't cause fucking disruptions in my goddamn chat and attack people. Do we fucking understand each other? Now, type the next motherfucking thing that I don't like and you go the way of the gone. And I'm being adamant about this because this is an example for everyone. It don't matter if I like you or not. If you come in my chat and you be disruptive, you are gone fucking forever. Am I fucking crystal? This ain't the other channel. This is not a free speech zone. This is not Burger King, and you do not have it your way. And that is the way that it will be. And that's, and I only got loud because it's the point. Because you see, Roger's done the boss job, and, I'm a laid-back boss. When I'm in a supervisory position, as I've been in a factory before, I'm a laid-back boss. So, when I actually have to chew out an employee, it would be like that. I would get that, whole drill sergeant, or do you have a major malfunction, soldier? But no, you don't come on and attack people in my chat because, this isn't your channel. And in reality, I wouldn't have cared who that was that you were attacking either, by the way. I'm pretty equal opportunity when it comes to that. And my mods have carte blanche to block anyone for any reason. And I shall not ever question it. What do I tell it? No, I won't. I won't do it at all. In fact, I should be on the Scarbrand account right now so I can say, Scarbrand hate this, and then ban people. Oh, Layla, oh, yeah, you had to act as your own enforcer, and if someone didn't pay you your money, you could contract me for $100 to go collect your money. And most of the time, I could do it with just a simple talk. And it was real simple. You catch them walking out the door with their kids and their family, and you go, dude, come here. Let's talk. You own AX. They could have sent Y, but instead that I'm here. Now, put your arm around him. You go pay him, and all is good. If not, I got to come back. You don't want me to come back. I don't want to come back. That's the way it is. And this is my typical speech in those situations, and I speak just in this tone. In 95 to 98%, they would get straight with their debts, and I would get my, quote, finder's fee. Now, there's this class of criminal. The giant stupid ones. The ones that are like 6'2 to 6'4 and above with the big muscles, and they think that they don't have to do that. And those you just come up behind and blindside. And that's the way it is. That kind of thing, I would have did that myself, I am that kind of person, when it comes to money. Because you see, the reality of the matter is, in the crime business, they owe you money. And if you harm them, they can't make your money to pay you. So, it's a balance thing. If you are a professional at that, you understand that. So you want to do everything by agreement. You want to be real nice about it all. You want to be civilized. Now, on a rare occasion, uncivilized things had to happen because people couldn't be reasonable. And that's generally how that sort of thing works. Now, RSN is a drug user. That's the way he sees. He sees things from an addict perspective. I've never been addicted to anything but caffeine. When I did crime, I was interested in it from the money perspective. If you wanted me in on something, you had to show how it was going to profit me. Now, of course, many times, a promise of a favor was good enough to get me in on something. Now, whoever took that promise was a fool, because when I would come back for that favor, it would be big. And that's just how that kind of game would work. But I'm always happy to field, some hard questions now and again. Now, as I mentioned, RSN goes about slandering people. I don't have to. Now, if people are addicted to me on YouTube, I'll shade them. Like Richlife in the diaper box. I just showed the diaper box and everybody else went off with it. Now, in all disclosure on the diaper box, let me explain something. Because of my PTSD, I am severely unique. Anyone that tries to put motivation on me is laughable. But one of the things that developed because of my severe PTSD and it being lifelong is I can concentrate on something and have perfect recall. That diaper box had been in ancient Richlife vids from years before I ever saw Richlife. In one of the old Lacey vids, it was in the background. Like I say, I got perfect recall. But what I have to do is I have to sit down like this, close my eyes, think for a moment, put the picture in my head, and it will literally be the picture. And then I will be able to pick out details from that picture out of memory. And yeah, you know, this is I don't understand about Richlife. Why did he lie about the diaper box after that? Why didn't he just say, it's been around my house forever? Because it was in the background with a bunch of boxes. And and it had to have stemmed from, you know, the Lacey age. Hey, Sasha. So, you know, that's a full disclosure moment, you know, on that is Richlife lied about the diaper box, and I shaded about the diaper box, and the diaper box had been in his house for years. Now, as I talk about my unique psychology, that's the feral ego state that does that. And sometimes the feral ego state will tap me on the shoulder, and I won't know exactly what it means, and I'll have to pick out the detail. And that's like the diaper box. The feral remembered that, and it reminded me of it. And it's like, yeah, it was. Because my feral ego state don't like to talk. It's very silent. You know, it's like if we're hanging out and, you know, I have a long silent time, you know, I'm in a feral ego state. Like this thing. This is in a feral ego state. And its bones fell out. And she does. I mean, she'll just, however I want to hold her, she's like a rag doll. You know how rag doll kittens are supposed to be? I mean, she's like that. She trusts me so much. She's just a rag doll. I can hold Richella just like a rag doll. She's sweetie. Well, you know, well, that's what my disability's for, is complex PTSD. It's not for my seizures. But it has let me, that's one of the reasons why I'm so smart, is because many times, you know, when we get to things like school lessons, I can take myself back to the moment that lesson was being given. Oh, she's huge. And her brother's huge too. Now, the little runt, little Thor, he's the size he's supposed to be. Now, I'm going to try to get a video of this. Richella's daddy. Richella's daddy is gigantic. And that's why Richella's so big. And, Chella, honey, I want to show them something. I got to see, hold up your little face. Hold up your little face, honey. She says, I can't. I got no bones in my head. But she's got a lot of her daddy's face. Notice how she don't look a lot like Summer? She looks like the wild feral. It's just, he's a gray and white, long hair. But, you know, that's the general face structure of him, and I'll get some video of him. He showed back up here in the last couple days. Now, I am going to start watching RSN's next streams. And we're going to see what he says, because I think right now that he's the lolcow, in my personal opinion. You know, other people might disagree with me, and you're free to. We can debate that. That could end up really, really interesting. But, you know, I'm going to be doing a lot of work. I'm going to be having a lot of fun by myself here. And we're going to have a lot of lives. Because for a little while, while I'm doing a lot of my work around here in my gardening. I do plan on lives is the backbone of my content for now. Like for the next month or so, lives will be the backbone of the content. I'll throw out some humor. I'll throw out a bit or two here and there. Whew. Stretching that Achilles tendon on that other leg. And I didn't realize it would hurt so bad. But now that I've moved it, and the hurt's working out of it, yeah. Well, I think I'm going to get off here in a moment. And I'm going to stand up. And I'm going to stretch these legs. And Richella is not going to be happy. Because as you see, she plans on going to sleep on my arm with me holding her. Or do you? You got your claw on my leg. Could you not? She said, nope, I'm going right back in this lap. There she goes again. She flopped down. Now she's looking at me like pet me. Well, Sasha, we can have disagreements and fights, but, we see he's gone over the board with everyone. And you can do that once or twice, and it just be, a moody moment. But obviously, he has some serious issues, and I do think that his channel is going to go kapoof at some point. And it'd probably be the best for him. He's at 28. I bought this farm. This wasn't, an in-the-family thing. The family farm was down the road. And my mother lost that before I could inherit it. But yeah, that's what he's trying to do, is he's trying to create drama. You notice that all of his, now I might do a vid on this. Yeah, I think I'll save this for a vid. An illustration. Going down through his content. He speaks of rich life of road trips over much, because that's all the drama content he could get. And that's one reason why I thought, you know what, I'll not say anything for a while, just to show I'm not the problem. That way then, I step back, and then, once I've shown that I'm not the problem, I can point the problem out. So, once again, that's been kind of the method of the madness on why you've not heard me talk about Richlife or RSN. Because I was waiting for them to show that both of them can't play well with anyone. Because RSN would have just kept, clickbaiting me for clicks and rage. And tried to have profited off of it all. Hello, Larry. Well, Larry, one of the things I'm getting ready to get off here, but, you're one of my old buds. But, one thing I intend on doing is I intend on going after a lot of the drama channels that are not doing drama right. If you're just doing it to lie, if you're doing it to grift, if you're doing it just to insult, then I have an issue with you. Now, if you're just showing people stuff and giving your actual opinion, I'm good with that all night and all day. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of them, and fortunately my crowd, I don't have to explain over that. I mean, you guys know the who's I'm talking about. That's one thing I do like about the Boyd is you have the indoctrinated. To where, we are all on the same page. And that actually saves a lot of effort and a lot of time. And a lot of, quote, moralizing. Looking outside. See, from this view, I have a complete view of everything. And nothing could sneak up on me. And a car was going by at 11:23 at night. Which actually here is a rarity. Once you get past, a certain hour at dark, movement out here turns into nothing. Well, yeah, you're right, Melton. Now, I'm going to get off here because this isn't charged up all the way. And I did walk 30-some miles in the last day, and, I'm going to crash out here in about another half hour, and I'm going to get myself something to drink and stretch my legs, and I'll be live expect me about every other day. We'll just put it that way. Expect a short live, about an hour to 2 hours every other day. And we'll talk about some of these people that have went kind of overboard in the drama community for their own profit. Now, everybody, have a real good night, and I'll see you guys with a lot more content real soon, because I've got my taxes paid, I've got the big work done here, so, you know, I'll have some time to myself. So take care, everyone, and have a real good night, and I may see you some chats while I'm sitting here going to bed. Night.